had a good week? I did. I actually volunteered at my daughter's gymnastics meet, and there wasn't enough volunteers because there never really is. So make note that you need to volunteer and help your neighbor kids out or something, the parents of the neighbor kids. I had to volunteer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My daughter's 9. I gave
You had to volunteer? I'm sorry.
I had to volunteer. My ghost is speaking. Yeah.
You don't have to volunteer. You volunteer.
No, it was mandatory.
Then it's not volunteering.
Yeah, that sucks the joy right out of your giving when it's mandatory. It's like Obamacare. Suck the joy right out of me paying for somebody else's health care. That's another issue. So before I open this great little box that you see before me, I have to give a shout out to teachers everywhere. I've been kind of sad, not to bring you down, but this is a good one. My first acting teacher, coach, from the time I was 14 at Hug High School, Mrs. Loomis passed away just a couple days ago. Eve Loomis, she was 92. And when you're 92 and have such a full life, you know, most of your colleagues and friends and family have probably passed on before you. So the obituary was really sad to me. It just said, you know, Eve Loomis resided in Reno, Nevada, 92, her body was cremated. And this woman was my first mentor. She taught me how to get upset and still come back, you know, and not walk off when I didn't get my way, you know, in my first play, which I didn't even have any speaking roles, but I didn't like what was happening because, you know, I had a big ego even then. And when I came to LA, she would send me, you know, little, she called it pocket change. So I would get a card from her and it'd be like 10, 20 bucks. And when you first come out to Hollywood trying to make it, man, that 10, 20 bucks, that was gold. I mean, she fed me. She was just, when you think about people in your life that actually make a difference, I wouldn't be probably sitting here if it wasn't for her. She was the first one that believed in me. She really honestly thought that I could make a living in this business when I would just laugh at her. So, Mrs. Loomis, wherever you are, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now time for chocolate. She did love chocolate. She was such a crazy lady. She would always wear one color. And it wouldn't be just green. It would be every shade of green. So she never really matched. She was completely crazy. Awesome. Awesome lady. So I have this great friend named Dan Kroll. Hi, Dan. And Dan Kroll and I have been midnight snack buddies for a while now. Mainly because we're the only ones up late, and he'll tweet, you know, I'm hungry, what should I have? And then I'm awake and probably the only one, and I'll be like, I'm having whatever. And so we started getting products sent to us because we tweet about if we like.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Isn't it awesome? So we love Pretzel Crisp. Pretzel Crisp delivered. They called it snack attack, and all of a sudden the doorbell rang and their car that's completely like shrunk wrap in like Pretzel Crisp packaging comes up, and they have bags and bags for me and my daughter, like of every flavor. It was so fun. So anyways, we love Pretzel Crisp, we really do. And I made a comment about how I wanted to marry chocolate, and his name Bob Sled Brownie, and he's at 31 Flavors, and he's wonderful. You know, in a scoop of him or a shake of him, he never fails to satisfy. He knows exactly what to say and when to say nothing. So when Brownie Brittle was introduced to me through pictures online, Brownie Brittle, and my love for chocolate, they're challenging me that Sheila G's, the original Brownie Brittle Company, was going to take the place of Bob Sled Brownie. And I'm opening it up right now for you. I have no idea. And I'm going to make my ghostly guess. Oh my gosh, look at how cool the packaging is. Oh, it's like Christmas. Oh, I get a cute little bag. Oh. Which is so perfect because we have to bring our own now to the grocery store. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we have lots. Oh, ooh, coupons. 50 cents, $1. Magnets. Oh, look at how pretty their things are. Oh, my. I hope that's in there. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So here we go. Oh, they listened to me. I said mint chocolate chip was my favorite pretzel crisp. And now they sent me mint chocolate chip brownie brittle. Riley, how jealous are you right now? Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to try. Oh, there's different flavors. Toffee crunch. You notice I'm hanging on to the mint chocolate chip. Oh, salted caramel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Chocolate chip. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oh, you guys at Brownie Brittle, thank you. My daughter thanks you. She's going to have this in her lunch tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Big try. And then, of course, I'm just going to eat them. I really do feel like it's Christmas. Oh. Mmm. Oh my goodness.
Am I allowed to be a voice off the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, this is hard not to talk. How are they?
I need a little more. It's like a cookie. You like hearing that in your... It's like a cookie. Oh, it says it's a rich brownie taste with a cookie crunch. They're not lying. This is good.
Is that the lady on the back of the bag there? You gotta give her some screen time.
Yeah, this is Sheila Maines. She is, it's awarded the best new snack. Who awarded it?
She did.
No more fighting for that corner piece. This is exactly what that is. This is like the corner piece when you bake a batch of brownies. Oh my gosh. Okay, how fattening is it? It's not. There's no trans fat. No cholesterol. It's not bad. Like, you know, when you read, I don't really read this stuff anyways. It's just gotta taste good. And this tastes really good. Okay, I'm passing this around. Oh my gosh. Okay, as I continue to eat a little more and get some coffee, I have this awesome video that I'm going to share with you. This goes down as being probably my favorite music video ever. It may only be challenged with Thriller. That's big. I know. You're like, wow, Terry, you're really setting this up. But when you watch this, you'll understand. It's called Sweep the Leg, and the band is No More Kings. And my mystery guest over here, we'll talk about it afterwards. This was his brainchild. He directed it, and it is hilarious and iconic and timeless. Enjoy.
No mercy. Right! 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 Pete! Come on, son. You can have your rock and roll minutes. You can have those little dreams you got and everything. I got a business to run. I have to... Hey! What is going on here?
Yeah, I get it. Pizza, business. I was listening.
You were listening, but you weren't digesting. You have to have balance in life, son. Rock and roll here, pizza here. Rock and roll, pizza.
All I do is deliver pizzas. I want to roll. I want to rock. When do I get to rock and roll, man?
Find your balance in life, Pete. Now rock and roll this pizza out of here. When do I get to rock and roll, man? After pizza.
I heard the devil whisper in my ear. He made his message clear when he said, "Sweet the leg, Johnny. Sweet the leg, Johnny."
Shut up, Mommy! Look at him, Dutch! He can't even stand up! That don't mean squat!
Johnny, leave him alone, man. He's had enough.
I'll decide when he's had enough, man.
What is wrong?
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that?
No, Sensei.
You're revolting.
Honey, please, I'm trying to watch a movie.
A movie you've watched every day for 20 years. It's over. Walk it off.
Hey, Johnny, you gonna let her talk to you like that?
Yeah.
His name is not Johnny. And get your own trailer.
Johnny. Johnny. She's gotta go.
Honey, now, he has a point. You need to have a little chivalry and show a little bit of respect to my friends.
I didn't see it coming, creeping up from behind. I was almost swallowed whole by the thrill of the fight. It wasn't for the money, and it wasn't just for fun. I wanted to make a mark. I just wanted to be someone. I heard the devil whisper in my ear. He made his message clear when he said, "Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg, Johnny." Oh, good God, now you gotta believe me. It never really mattered. I was always under control. Monkey here, monkey think. There is no fear in this dojo. I was a superhero, king of 1985. I showed no mercy. I was always Cobra Kai, but I caught a crane kick to the face. I guess he sealed my fate when he said, "Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg, Johnny." Oh, good God, now you gotta believe me.
with that.
No, Sensei.
Get him a body bag, Johnny! Yeah!
Johnny, sweet ballet. Johnny, sweet ballet. Johnny, good guy, now you gotta believe it. Oh, Johnny, oh, you got Johnny, good guy, you gotta believe, you got to believe, you gotta believe it.
You will be on camera. You were on camera. That whole video for 7 minutes and 35 seconds was Billy Zabka. Billy Zabka's in the house. He was just on Psych USA's hot TV show playing this character that the picture of him was hilarious, Coach Derek Bagg. And he's described as an athlete turned coach for third graders. And you just look like you're a nightmare for those little third graders.
Yeah, dodgeball coach.
Oh, that's great. I did that for reals in PE. I did PE class for Giannis in third grade.
You did?
Yeah, only 2 kids had to go to the nurse.
Oh, well, that's the whole point, yeah.
Yeah.
I throw a ball at this kid's sack. And then he comes to the office. He's like, Coach, I think something's wrong with my testicles. I'm like, your sack's fine. Stop your whining, Badusky. Get out of my office. He's like this cute little 9-year-old boy, you know, like seriously the sweetest kid. I had to play this total Coach Derek Bagg. Did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah, D-Bag.
D-Bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they called me in.
But yeah, but
but
you're the greatest bad guy. I mean,
you know,
you're
by the way, I
iconic.
interrupted that show. I didn't even see the ending of that show, so I could get in the car and come to bed with you. Isn't that what the show's called? Sleeping with Terry. Oh, going to bed.
Going
with
to bed. But,
yeah.
you
So I was
know.
like, I had to leave. I'm like, I gotta go to bed with Terry. I'm gonna interrupt this broadcast. So I don't even know how
You
to
left
show
the
it.
9-year-old boy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're iconic for the bad guy roles. And in fact, when I first met you, I didn't get it at all because I just thought you were too cute and hot. Like, why are they always painting you as a bad guy? But really, even back then, you were always the funny
I'm an
bad
actor.
guy. Yeah, like
It's like doing a play. It's like if you did Shakespeare and you played, a villain. you
Right.
know? And that's, people are like, not that it was Shakespeare, but I'm saying.
Right.
You're an actor. You play a bad, like if you're on a soap, right? And you're a vixen.
I can relate to that.
And then that's, you know what I mean? It's like, oh God, you're an actor. You could do anything with the material.
Right.
So
That's
I always
true.
say I could have been easily Booger from, Revenge of the Nerds.
Well, yeah, I
Had
have
they
a-
gone that direction in my early career. Instead, it was like,
Yeah. I have a
put
picture
the headband
that-
on the motorcycle. You have a picture of what?
Of Booger. You, Booger, and from Kings of Nerds.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got to see it. Albert will find it and put it up as we talk because it's such a great photo. You guys look like you're trying to be so serious.
Oh, that was a photo from a magazine cover.
That's
I forgot. It was like Icon magazine or something, and they brought all like Taylor Negron, Curtis
Icons,
Armstrong.
right?
Yeah, like
You guys
like
are,
80s guys,
Funny and great.
It was great, and they wanted to do it all in tuxedos with different colors, like instead of it was like a mock of the Vanity Fair thing with everybody all in tuxedos. So they gave us like frill pink and blue, and we're all posing. It's pretty funny.
It is.
Yeah, it was cool.
I loved it when I saw it. I was like, oh, I love that pic.
The magazine's out of business, so I don't know if that was anything. But
I'm sure you didn't.
I don't
put
think
them
we had
on.
anything
I
to
think
do
the
with that.
internet probably put that magazine.
Slightly, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Paper is becoming less and less.
True.
Even with the big ones like Vanity Fair. Like, because I can get Vanity Fair now. I get it in the app on my phone. I don't even have to buy the paper.
Right. Or what about TV Guide? Remember when you used to get TV Guide?
Oh my
and
gosh, it
flip
was
through
so
to see what was on?
exciting. You see yourself,
Yeah.
like
All in the Family.
guest starring Terry, and I'm like, I really am on the show.
I was going behind before that. I'm like All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Happy Days.
I loved Happy Days.
Me too.
Tuesday night lineup.
Yeah.
Happy Days. Joni
Laverne and
loves
Shirley.
Joni loves Chachi.
Yeah. Mork and Mindy.
Mork
Was
and
that the same? I don't know if that was,
Nanu.
yeah.
Was that all Tuesday
Wow,
night?
we are dating ourselves.
That was
Not
all
that we need to be.
Gary Marshall,
Yeah.
who I ran into not very long ago at a Laker game. He looked awesome.
Yeah.
He was.
You're still going to Laker games?
Well, actually, I go to Clipper games, but I went to the Laker game
'Cause
because
didn't you
the
jump
tickets
ship?
are really cheap now.
Weren't you one of the didn't you jump ship? Because you were a big Laker fan.
Yeah, but I jumped ship. Yeah.
Did you jump before it was going down or like after it hit the bottom?
Oh no, I
God.
jumped years ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mainly because my former husband had season tickets to the Lakers, so I didn't want to bump into him. So I'm a huge sports fan, as everyone knows. So
Yeah.
Clippers, and I could sit in relatively the same spot as the Lakers for a fraction of the cost.
Right.
Because anything that says Lakers on it is just quadrupled in price. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like to sit on the floor is close to $4,000 a ticket, a game.
But you never paid for that.
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
These poor guys that took you had to pay $4,000 for you and them. It was $8,000. These poor guys are spending $8,000 a night
And
on
then
me.
you want a hot dog? And a hot dog?
Exactly. And they want a hot dog. And then they have to buy your alcohol. I mean, that was a big night for them to bring you like.
Do you remember there was a time when you said you could categorize the guys in my life by the sound of their car horn?
Yes.
Like, right? And I'm like, car horn? I don't walk downstairs for my date if a guy honks the horn. You're like, oh, oops, my bad. You had a great, this is totally off of what I wanted to talk about, but you had a great book. I don't know if I'm supposed to, the Sportsman.
Sport fishing.
Oh my gosh.
It's still existing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you put it in print? Are you doing the ebook?
No. I actually had a publisher that was really hot on it in New York.
Uh-huh.
And
tell the people what it's about.
Hi, everybody. I can't really. It's not too much. It's just it's a date manual for emotionally crippled men. I can tell you that much. And it's called Sport Fishing. I was actually set up at Warner Independent when Warner Independent was a part of Warner Brothers as a film to be developed. I was developing the book into a movie.
Yeah, that's great.
And then Hitch came out and like it was very similar to that. Then Warner Independent kind of dissolved and our movie got shelved and everything. So I still want to do something with it, but it's really funny take on dating. And
Can I
wrote
say
it,
the paper plate? The plate?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Because that is stuck in my head all these years.
I wrote it, but here's why I wrote it. Because I didn't write it as a book. Remember why I wrote it?
Yeah.
Because I had roommates. Well, one roommate, but I had a bunch of friends who were just constantly getting destroyed by girls. So I would go into my room at night and I'd write these chapters that were like little anecdotes, and I'd slide it under their door and they'd read it, and it just kind of the pages compiled into like 70, 100 pages, and it was hysterical because it was just kind of like, it was just like dialing in on the girls. It was right around the time too. What was that book that came out? Not Men Are From Venus, but it's another one that came out for girls. I don't know what it was, but my ex-girlfriend was reading it at the time, and that's another thing that kind of
spurred on the idea of having a manual.
Yeah, I was like,
for
"Well, you're
men.
reading a book. You're reading a. Oh, I think I even destroyed the book in my book, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, she was talking about. She was reading this book, and it was all like the right proper things to do to get the right guy, and what not to do. And I'm like, you're reading a book on love and romance, like
Right,
and
because it's very strategic.
Well, it was very calculated. It was
Right.
like, that's not how you do this. You don't have a book, So I wrote a book.
Right?
I'm
You
like,
don't have a book.
Bam, take that.
Well, so Billy had. I remember some of these little anecdotes because you tried them out on me, right? Like, what are you? Are you a tiger? Are you a shark? Are you
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right? Remember that one?
Yeah, you're all of them, by the way. You're like the rainbows. You're the rainbow of the ocean. You morph. And sometimes you turn into, you can't even see you're invisible. You're a jellyfish, you're a leviathan.
Jellyfish are the most dangerous in the ocean.
Yes. Well, not really.
No, but I love the paper plates. Women are like paper plates.
Oh, God,
Or
no, I never
women,
said that.
No, women are like plates.
Plate
They're-
spinning.
Play, no, oh, it was play. Okay, maybe it was a different version. I got the very early version where it was women are like plates. There are those that are like fine china. You want to set them up in a set them up on their pedestal and not really touch them. Then there's your paper plates. They're disposable. You use them once and you toss them. And then there's your everyday. They're hardy. They don't break. You can put them in the microwave. They're dishwasher safe.
Right. Okay, but hold on. The preface of the whole book, like before I come off as a misogynistic pig, as I'm going to bed with Terry, it's appropriate that we're talking about sport fishing.
Right.
Let me continue. This is the reason right here why that book needed to exist. Okay, I'm looking at her now. No, but the whole thing about the book was, don't read a page of look. If it was like, if you've never had incredibly devastating heartbreak in your life, if you haven't been destroyed, nuked, pulverized beyond recognition, which a lot of men have been completely emasculated. It was dealing with men that were emasculated.
Yeah.
It wasn't a guide on treating girls or anything. It was just like, don't put. A lot of guys would put a girl so far up on a pedestal that they completely lose their identity and they kind of worship her, and that's just a dangerous place to be. And I saw friends doing that, and they just trip all over themselves, and then get hurt after time. I'm like, dude, you just gotta hold it loosely. Go after your life. Go after your dreams. The right girl's gonna come up alongside you. God gave Eve to Adam when he was sleeping. Don't look so hard. Like things like that.
When he was sleeping.
When he was asleep.
And see, now
So
I give the similar advice on the women's side, because I am a lot like a guy in my dating, like how I look at situations. But for women, like my girlfriends that get their heart broken or, and they get the line, which I can't believe still exists, but I just got a girlfriend that said this to me. He said, it's not me, it's me, it's not you. And I looked at her and said, well, he's finally telling you the truth, because it is him. He's not ready.
It is him, but it's because of you.
If he were just different.
If you were just a little better, but it is him.
If you were different, things would be different.
Right. Right. He is at fault, technically.
That's so horrible. But no, I told her, get into your life. Do the things that make you happy. Follow your dreams, and those, I always say the man is the hunter and we have to let him hunt. So, if you are not waiting by the phone for it to ring, you're not, and you're enjoying your life, believe it or not, it is the most attractive thing for any man, I believe, when they see it, that they will start calling. They will be interested to know more about why you're not so needy.
That's a big one, is the needy thing. Yeah. But I think everybody's got that. The thing is, you can't.
I don't think it's gender anymore.
No, definitely not. And then this is my stuff was like before the text messaging. Like I can't imagine. Like Facebook wasn't even around when I wrote that book. Like today, it's just like it's a whole other thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole other thing. People are having relationships that are completely online and virtual and not even real.
I think I have a cyber boyfriend.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I have a cyber stalker. I don't even think you say cyber anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of out.
That's out.
Yeah.
It's like there's no,
There's got to be a new one.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
It's called Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of creepy. Everybody's following everybody, on Twitter and but in real life, can you imagine if all those people were actually following you?
Wow.
But we are like, it's kind of like this big maze,
Yeah.
It's just social media is a whole weird thing, but
you
got to have fun with it.
We've taken, the good part is that now you can actually, if you have a book, you can self-publish. When, even 10 years ago, if you self-published, they would think, oh, it's because you're not really a good writer. And now publishing companies are going under because everything is,
My dad just wrote a book. Did you know that?
I liked it.
He's self-publishing. He's rocking
That's
it.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's like the history of music.
Yeah. That's history of all the wars and NBC early stuff. I mean, he went and wrote it for 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
It's a great book. He's the associate director of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. He worked with Clint Eastwood. He was like Tin Pan Alley in New York City, World War II. He's a AFN news chief. A little plug for my dad's book, Razzmatazz. Check it out.
Razzmatazz,
Stan Zabka on Amazon.com. Check it out, Razzmatazz. It's a great read. It's really educational and everything. But he self-published it, and it's going great.
Right, and then he gets to get the majority of the royalties.
Yeah.
So You
Yeah.
put in the hard work. Why should somebody else come
Yeah.
in, swoop up, and then you get like a little drop in the bucket?
Yeah. Well, it's weird, like crowdfunding. Everything's crowd. Marketers are changing their whole plans now because it's not even. The audience is telling people. Hold on a second.
There's
think
an
no,
earthquake.
it's my helicopter. I'm not ready to leave yet. Let me tell them. Hold on a second. I can't believe they're here. A little early for that. Shit. Hold on a second. All right, they're good. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I hate when they do that. It's so obnoxious. They're like, "You ready?" No, I'm clearly not ready. Lights are on. My phone is on. I'm in a coverage area. They could have texted me that just as easily as that.
See, I don't think people actually, unless they really know you, realize just how hilarious you really are. I mean, yes, you have a plethora.
That's kind of an insult, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're really,
really
all these comedies,
Yeah.
Back to School.
Yeah.
You were great. I hated you though in Back to School.
Yeah. Why? Back to
'Cause
School. He
you
was
were
a harmless lion. He was a cowardly lion in Back to School.
I know,
Just
you
one
were
of the
just
guys,
so
yeah.
cute. I wanted you to be a good guy.
That's so sweet. No, but you liked the bad guy though. You know what I mean?
I did.
Right?
I
I mean,
did.
you were like, weren't you like happy to know that I was really a nice guy, but at first you hated me? Like,
Oh my gosh, you want to hear? This is a true story. So when Karate Kid came out, Billy was on doing an interview or something, and I was home sick from school, and my mom called and was like, Terry, that guy from Karate Kid is on. And I came down the stairs, like, fragile. And I saw you, and I actually prayed a prayer.
Yeah.
And I prayed that.
And it was live, right, when that happened?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing you through the camera lens,
Right.
looking at me at the television.
I was like,
It was a moment in the
12.
interview where I was looking through going,
and I
she's
prayed.
cute. And she's 14? How old were you at the time?
I was 12. I'm going to
You're
keep getting
not 12.
younger.
How old were you then?
I'm going to keep getting
You had
younger.
to have been.
Yeah, I was young. And I
Oh my
prayed.
gosh.
I was like, oh, dear God, please make him be my boyfriend. Right? Because that's what we do as little girls.
And big boys.
And you were a bad guy.
Yeah.
And this is proving your point.
Right.
So anyways, but I took it back because, I don't know, there was something about you. There was a realness that I was like, I don't know. I don't know why. I've never done it since, but I took it back and I asked him to, if God would make you my best friend. And that was like when I was a kid and I didn't even know you.
That's so wild.
I know, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I love that story. And that's
Yeah.
the truth, too.
Yeah. And then I had the restraining order on you for a few years. Remember that?
I try
and
not
your
to
mom
remember.
and everything. Your mom
It was-
put out the fire
No,
and
it
you did the
wasn't-
proper introduction. And you
Yeah.
turned 18 and then I was like, hey, what's up? You're that girl from Reno. Right?
wasn't
Like, you want to go
stalking you.
river rafting?
Right.
This is not
Oh
true.
my gosh. Oh my lordy.
Yeah. But that's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Did we show the pictures, Albert? The great behind scenes of Karate Kid. I found this picture of you where you guys are all in director's chairs.
Mhm.
There's like Tony O'Dell
Yeah.
and Rob Garrison and
Chad and Ron Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get the color one or the black and white?
black and white.
Yeah, it's cool.
It just looked really.
Yeah.
And I love the one because I really did think that you were the Karate Kid. Like I for whatever reason, sorry Ralph, but I always think of you as the Karate Kid. I don't know why. And then I realized Doogie thought the same thing.
Doogie.
Do you have that picture? Oh my gosh, yeah. So I found this picture of Doogie saying, yes, and it's Doogie Howser.
Right.
Right, it's Neil
Oh,
Patrick.
Doogie
Yeah,
as
he's
Doogie
so
Howser.
he's so young, and he delivered my first baby, by the way. Like when I was
On
15.
TV?
Yeah, I'm 15.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I worked with him way back then.
I wish I knew that when I was working with
I
them.
know.
I would have said,
Terry. Well, we had the same manager
Oh.
with Bo, but I found this awesome picture that everybody's looking at, where it's Doogie saying, I really did think William Zabka was the Karate Kid, and his face is so funny.
it's like a little cartoon thing, right?
No, it's like really like a headshot from Doogie Howser.
Oh, that's funny.
There's so much stuff of you online. There is.
There
Yeah,
is?
and you're lucky
There's
that
so much stuff of everybody online.
I know, but there's a lot of you.
Uh-huh.
You're scared, but I was good. I didn't put
Oh,
any.
no.
I didn't put any shirtless. There's so many shirtless. I'm like, Billy.
I have a great one if you can put it in later.
Okay.
It's the cheesiest classic freaking poster. I gotta send it to you guys.
Okay.
It's
We're gonna love
me
it.
in like jeans that like the top button popped open, right? With my no shirt, with a headband, with my body twisted like this, with literally I'm kneeling in the ocean and a wave's breaking on my back. And it's just, and there's like drippy water, and I'm like, I remember shooting that like in those days when I was like 19 or 20 or 18, 19, 20. Like all of a sudden, like, you know, you're in high school doing your thing, and, you know, and then I was in college. Then I get in the Karate Kid, and then all of a sudden, like, Teen Beat starts smelling you, and all these kind of creepy old dudes with cameras and long lenses are like, you got to be in that. You know what I'm saying? They're all bringing you like Leo Carrillo. They're like, oh, David Gibbs had stronger pecs. You want to do some push-ups? And I'm like, yeah, I get bigger pecs than David Gibbs. And it's like, you know, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, how's my peach fuzz little thing going up by my belly? They're like, yeah, it looks good. You know, I mean, I think honestly, one of these guys like got. Like, but it was just a little creepy, like how they kind of like,
it was
you know, I
different
just
worlds.
kind of fell into that whole thing. But the weird thing was, then you're checking Teen Beat, you're at the store, you're like, you know, and you're like, oh, good, it's me. This, you know, I'm the centerfold.
And your mom is so proud.
Well, for a minute, but in those days, it was like,
was
like,
huge.
oh, there was Scott Baio and Michael J. Fox, and you know, and like. You know, everybody, you know, I mean, there's like the whole thing. Then Tom Cruise, it's like, oh, I'm right behind Tom Cruise this week. I actually found one of me, and the other side is George Clooney with like brown hair.
Oh, when he did Girls.
I don't know. That wasn't him. Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
No. He did that TV show.
I don't know what it was.
Facts of Life.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have like, I'm on there's George Clooney, and you flip it, there's me, and I'm on like.
That's a keeper.
Another one with a like G. I think one time they actually rented a Porsche, a red Porsche, and drove it up to my driveway. So I'm sitting on the Porsche with like a Levi jacket. And
oh, that wasn't your car?
No, that wasn't my car. It was kind of stupid. No, it's all
The
smoke and mirrors.
Pops.
Yep, there it was. Sorry, that's what you were attracted to.
I was attracted to the car.
Yeah, but there's tons of crap out there online. And what I love is the recent stuff. Like, you know, because like people will write an article about you, or they'll mention you.
Right.
So then they'll Google you, and then they'll go to like Getty Images, where there's actually some really good shots of you at a premiere or something legit.
Right.
But those you have to pay for. So they go to like the dump sites of like all the waste ones where you look bloated and like, you know, your eyes are like this, you know what I mean? And they take those because they're not like, there's no watermark on them. So you're suddenly like, there's all these, you're all over the internet, these articles, and you just look like crap. Well, at least I do. You look fine.
Well, that's why you have to have
you know.
Riley, because Riley stops
Clean all that up.
He
Yeah,
stops
man.
the bloating.
Yeah. So my Twitter's my friend right now because I get to put pictures up that I like.
Your
you know what I mean?
Twitter is so good.
Isn't it so much fun?
You have to follow Billy on
You
Twitter.
have to, you guys. You just have
do you
to.
do you use William on Twitter? I forget.
Yeah, at William Zabka, but
His
call me
pictures
Billy.
are so good.
Thank you, Terry.
All of them.
So
Like my
cool,
first pass, because you told me I could have whatever I wanted. So I have my private collection.
Yes.
In its own private file.
Yeah.
I'll share later.
Uh-huh.
And but yeah, I was going through and I'm like, my gosh, like you really you can tell that you're a director, which is what I mean. We love Billy, and you know when he was Rick in Hot Tub Time Machine, you were hilarious. Back to School. I mean, your comedy reels you're just funny in person. Like I found this picture of you and C. Thomas Howell.
Oh yeah.
And you guys were just dorking
Good for
around,
him.
and it's a gorgeous picture of you two dorking around.
Yeah.
But you started directing, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is your life.
This is your life.
This is your life.
In Terry's bed. My life according to Terry's bed.
That
I just love this cup. I gotta get one of these. See, this is.
isn't it a cute cup?
Yeah.
I
yes.
know.
Who's the girl?
She's funny.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Oh, you look great on that shot. That's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's
bet-
blown out, so you look better.
I
when
bet
you
the
have-
guys that. How many did you order of these cups?
I guess I can't keep them in stock.
I know, but how many did you order? Let's say you. If you ordered 100 of them, I bet there was like, you know, if you check their inventory, it's like 104 were made. You know, like 4 of the guys that work there are like, you know, they're drinking. They're like watching right now. We'll take that.
Oh, right.
So-
they're like, I have a collector mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I just thought it looked cute, and there was something that we, you know, because like real shows have, like The View. I'm comparing myself to
Yeah,
Barbara
The View.
Walters.
She's done. You're.
I'm stepping in.
Her slot is open. We
Yeah.
need somebody fresh and honest and hot doing those interviews. We don't need.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
So.
The new Barbara.
All right, sorry,
Babs.
Barb. Unless you come, I'd love to do a
Tear.
Barbara Walters interview.
I know.
I just want to
do.
see if she can
I
make
could
me
too.
cry. I'm sure she'd find something.
I bet.
You could probably make me cry if you tried hard. You could make me cry.
I could. I know I can make you angry. There was one time.
That's for sure.
There was one time I made you angry,
Yeah?
and I didn't know, and I called you, and I finally was like, "Dude, why aren't you calling me back?" And you called me, and you were like, "Don't you know I'm mad at you?"
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I go,
When was
"Oh
that?
no, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Should I hang up?" Like,
Why are you calling? Don't you know I'm mad?
yeah,
I'm not gonna. Don't call again. I'm not picking up.
right.
How are you?
How are you? Is there
Everything okay?
Yeah, we started laughing because I'm like, "What did I do?" And
I
you're
never
like, "I
get
can't
mad
remember."
at you. I don't get
anymore."
mad at anybody.
I think
I get
you don't.
even. No. No, I don't. I don't get mad.
You were this one time you were mad at
Well,
me.
you must have really pissed me off.
I know. I don't know what he did. It was a blackout.
You just remember the anger part. You don't remember what you did to cause it. So it was my fault.
I wasn't mad at you.
It wasn't you. It was
You were mad at me. I don't know.
Right.
But that's a true brother when he can actually really get mad at you.
True.
But as a true sister, I didn't know.
As a true sister, you didn't give a crap.
Right. I'm like, I still need a favor.
Right. Yeah.
So
So it's my life again, and what? And
your life and
I-
you're directing. So you started directing because of that video, that the sweep of the leg, right? They came to you, they wanted you to be in it, and
That's
you said,
what it looks like.
but then you
That's
took,
not. Go on.
that wasn't you in the video.
No, wait. Are you talking about the sweep leg video?
Yeah.
Yes, but you would think that's when it all started.
But you.
But that's like when an actor's like, "Wow, we're you know,
Overnight sensation.
Overnight sensation. Do you know? You probably don't even know this, but you need to come over and I need to show you. I've been making 8mm movies since I was 10 years old. You knew that, right?
I think I
like
did.
7, 8, 9, and 10. I have
Yeah.
reels and reels of 8mm
Like
films.
you and Guy.
Me, Guy, Judy, but Mark Sussman, all my buddies. I have reels and reels of like war stuff, Star Wars. I even did the lightsaber stuff. Like I was directing and then hard splicing 8mm film when I was 10 years old. I was the youngest kid in the film club, like for like 8mm film. I had all the cool cameras and the cool lenses. So like as far as like that's not really directing, but that is directing.
Well, it
and then
is.
I acted them. So like I was cutting, I was doing angles. I mean at 10 years old. And then all through, high school, I was in then a news department at the high school, and then it went into video, and I started making videos, and then I started learning how to cut on video, and then after high school, I went to film school at Cal State Northridge when I got Karate Kid, and then meanwhile, I started learning how to cut on the 3/4-inch decks, which we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So I became an editor on the 3/4-inch decks, which was like, full-on linear editing, meaning you couldn't take something from over here and stick it in the middle. You had to cut straight through. You know what I mean?
It was difficult.
And so anyway, but then in like 90 something, God, was I even born then? 97 was, remember B-Movie?
Yes.
That's my first movie that I directed. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. It's hysterical.
You have to post
it's
it.
It's so funny. I don't know why the producers never did anything with it. They just dropped the ball on it. But it's really funny. It's about the making of a low-budget horror movie, and I created Dennis in that. My character Dennis.
I love Dennis.
Which I will hold back on. But
Yes.
but that was my first directing job. But that sucked because I had like the writers over my shoulder who were my friends, and then I never got to sit with the edit. It went with the editor, and basically they got all the film. The editor had a cut, and that was the movie. And the next thing around was onlining it and doing sound. But that was fun. So I did that. But then I made Most.
Yes.
And Most I wrote and produced, but I didn't co-direct it, but I pretty much wrote the direction in a sense. Like I wrote camera moves and stuff with Bobby, and then I was like, that was like a full, almost a year and a half of production, and then another year of festivals and touring, and then all the way to, what happened.
I want you guys to see the trailer for Most so that you are up to speed as we go on and talk about it, because it is phenomenal, and I'm not joking. Billy was nominated for an Oscar, okay? Like, that's how great it is.
Academy Award.
Watch it.
Yeah. Is this G?
This is G-rated.
Sorry.
No, it's
So
not
What
G-rated.
I love about that was not pre-planned. That roll into most right there.
I know,
You're
that
just
was
like,
really good.
You're
We
ready
just
to go.
feel each other.
But you could hear all like the Oompa Loompas running around trying to get the tapes. Like he said most. Stick the tape in.
Yeah,
you know?
that
And
would
then
be
that guy that jumped
Albert.
down and.
You called Albert a Oompa Loompa.
Well, I didn't want to say his name. No, but as soon as I said most, you could just hear like the doors swinging and people running down the hallway. Get the tape. Stick it in the machine. He said most. It's cue it up. It's early. We were supposed to get that to the next half hour. Anyway, so there's the trailer.
And it's so
and
good.
and the short film itself. It was only a minute and a half long.
Oh.
It took us 3 years to make it, but it's a beautiful film. 33 minutes. But then after that, then I got. And actually, I was selling most. I was actually on tour, like doing screenings of it. And the guy from No More Kings, the guy that owned the label, approached me basically with the song. And
Oh, that's the circle.
that's Adam. Yeah. So like I was out with most, and I pretty much turned my back on my career because I lived in Europe for a while, like in 3 years. I was in
Right.
Bulgaria and Germany and Prague and all over Eastern Europe, and I'd bounce back and forth, but I didn't even have a place here. Like I got rid of my condo, everything was in storage, and I was all over there. So I was like completely all out of the system. Like I didn't do any acting. My agents were like, "Why aren't you? You know, I had an offer to go to Australia or no Brazil and do an action movie, and they're going to pay me a lot of money." And I'm like, "I can't. I'm making my short film." I'm like, it's -11 in Poland. I'm freezing. I'm like, the bridge broke. I gotta go. You know, stop bothering me with these petty offers. Tell us something dramatic for me. You know, but really, I mean, my agents will drop me. So basically, I like left the whole business. Didn't realize I was missing like a giant heartbeat in like
Sure.
work because you can't really do that.
Right.
Because like out of sight, out of mind. It's just such a baloney business like that.
Right.
It's like unlike any other business like that.
It's
really.
fickle.
It's worse than fickle, actually. We can talk about that, but that's another story. But anyway, I was so far away from it, and the irony of like that whole journey of going to Europe and traveling all those countries and making this film, it's Czech language with a bunch of European actors, and then coming back, and all of a sudden we end up at Sundance, and then we become kind of like recognized, and then we win Palm Springs International Short Festival. We beat 4,000 films, and then we get to the Academy Awards, and like suddenly now I'm been nominated. Now I'm like back. I'm like I walk back into
Yeah.
Hollywood on the red carpet being nominated.
You're
I'm
like, I'm back.
yeah, but I didn't take any credit for it because I didn't want to step in front of the movie, so I never publicized it. I never did one article anywhere that because I didn't want to get in front of the movie at all. There's too
Well,
many people
yeah.
involved in it. Like I didn't want to be like, oh, the
Right.
Karate Kid's doing well. You know, he's went to Poland, you know, and made a movie, and you know,
I know,
didn't want to
but
be
I've
that
never
guy.
been more proud of you.
Oh, I was so no, but that story changed my life when I was 14, and it's like my gift back. You know,
Yeah.
all in on that one. I didn't even. Here's a movie that costs a lot of money, and a lot of my life, and I can't even imagine making a movie today and not having this in the budget. A line item that says your name, like we weren't even writing, producing wasn't even a line item in our budget.
Oh.
So like not only that, but then my family and I kicked in.
Right.
Bank lots of money and all of it, and
Not realizing. Right.
yeah, my parents tapped into their life savings for it when it was about to, like before we went to Sundance. It was locked up in a vault, and we couldn't get the film out in a vault to color it to get it to Sundance. We owed $50,000.
Oh.
And we met some investors, and they were like, you know, they wanted to give us the money, but they also wanted like, they were the wrong people for the movie. We turned the money down, and we're like, I don't know what we're gonna do. And I was on the phone with my parents. It's all in the behind the scenes, and I'm sitting there talking to my parents on speakerphone. And in the edit bay, I'm like, well, we can't make it to Sundance because we can't get the film out. And I told them the whole story of the people we met the night before, that they had a lot of money, but they were not the people we wanted involved in the movie. And the next day, basically, my mom called up and said, check your account. Uncle George just wired $25,000 and we're going to go do the rest. And I'm like, what? Wow. No, don't do that. You know, and this is a short film. This isn't a movie that's going to guarantee return.
Right. But
thankfully they were. And the movie's done really well. And we opened our website and we sold it from our own website for, you know, we did well, but the money kind of kept circling back into more and more marketing. And then it got picked up by a division of Sony for like bigger distribution. And so we're kind of there right now with it. But it was, but you know, I stepped out of the whole system for so long, you know, as far as like acting and anything, you know.
But isn't it just,
you know what I did.
It's amazing though. You stepped out of it, but then when you come back in, it's on the red carpet and done.
Yeah, but if I won, like, yeah, but here's the thing. Here's one thing I could say, and not many people can say. I know what it's like to have them read your name at the Academy Awards and then not call your name that you won it. You know that when you go, I wonder what they're feeling right now?
Right.
Like, I know what that feels like, you know? You know, like,
right.
Because first of all, no, but you have to understand how much, first of all, the idea that you're going to get up and give a speech in front of all these people is just intimidating enough. And then I had so many people to thank. So all we were doing was writing down like all the people we were going to thank. And I knew I was going to screw up or forget. Like, so, but I was going to handle it. And one thing I really wanted to say if I won, and I would have said it, I promise I would have said it. I would have said, it's an honor to win, you know, this Oscar as a writer and a producer, but what I really want to be is an actor. I was, that was what I was going to say. For all you directors out there, I'm really an actor. You know, this is cool, but I didn't get a chance to do it.
Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller were the ones that were announcing it. Yeah. I was watching it in New York with Clayman.
Yeah, I remember you were texting me.
Yeah. And it was so fitting because Owen Wilson and Billy, you know, you guys looked alike,
right,
and then Ben Stiller and Bobby,
right.
to where I'm like, to Clayman,
it would have been
they're
so
gonna
funny
win, they're gonna win. They set it up like this because it would be like mirror, mirror.
Right.
I know.
Didn't happen, but I know. But here's my feeling, because I was like, as soon as we didn't win, and I'm like, there was actually like an exhale of relief in a weird way that I didn't have to be the one to walk up there. It hit me afterwards, and then these guys took their time and they bowed, and it turned out I'm gonna go. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. They were part of the Academy, and I never knew that. And our film beat them in the Palm Springs International Film Festival. They had a great movie. They won Best Short Film. We won Best of Festival. And I remember when we were at that award ceremony, and they were just like, you know, the kings of the festival, and all of a sudden they called Best of Fest, and it was us, and like you could just hear them go, who are these guys? And they want to know everything about us and everything about the movie. And when we got nominated, had our movies not been like that, I think they pushed really hard and campaigned hard, and I didn't understand.
Right,
that was, I'm not saying that their film didn't deserve to win, but they had a way advantage on that, and only 300 of the 4,000, like there's 4,000 people about in the Academy to vote for the short films. You had to go to a screen, and there was 5 times that they showed it, or 5 films, and you had to go to this actual movie theater. And only like 330 people actually went physically and watched them and voted. And we didn't know anybody in the Academy.
Sure.
So we couldn't call our buddies in the Academy and go, hey, go and vote for us. Not that they did that, but when we saw them at the Oscars, I was remembered how it would have been like, hey man, good luck. But they were like, there was something in their eyes, they're like, they won already. So, but it's a good thing that we didn't win. It's a good thing.
It is?
Yeah. It's an honor just to be nominated. I'm going to keep it that way. No,
Billy
I mean,
Zashka!
There's actually more backstory to it.
There's so much.
No, there's even a crazier scenario that happened at the Academy Awards that I can't tell you about, but
okay, we're gonna get off air so that you can.
We're going
tell,
off the air now.
So that
sorry. Anyway, that's a long story. I hope you cut that all down.
No, we can't.
Don't get me talking about Most. It's like talking about my kids.
I
can't
know,
stop talking about
and
it.
I love it. There's so many great stories.
Come back next week.
Like Billy said, they cut the making of video, which you can find too.
Yeah.
And that, oh my gosh, talk about that's heart wrenching in itself. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have 22 seconds to play a quick game of fling?
What's fling?
Ooh, 22-second fling. Yes.
My 22-second fling.
I know, thank you.
Wow.
So it's yes and no questions.
For me?
Yes, you can only answer yes and no. And everyone at home knows how it plays.
Right.
They're going to either check to see if your answer fits for their own personal fling, if you're a keeper, in training, or a future ex.
Okay. I don't get it yet, but that's all right.
Just
so
yes
it is okay.
or no. It's my own personal fling.
Is there Is there any right or wrong answers?
No.
Okay. Yes or no's?
I mean.
Okay. Go.
Are you judgmental?
No.
Can you read music?
Yes.
Can you two-step?
No.
Have you ever lied to your mother?
Never.
Do you keep secrets?
No.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
No.
Have you ever cheated?
No.
Are you a procrastinator?
No.
Do you like to read?
Yes.
Do you do your own stunts?
Mostly.
I gave him the nice list.
Come on, I want to keep playing.
We're out of time. I love you guys. I sure hope that you can hear me. See you next week. It is not our intention to cause or inflict emotional breakdown, mental disturbance, or physical pain. All opinions are those of persons who spoke them and are subject to change without notice. They are under no affiliation with UBN Radio, its employees, intern, or janitor. If any offense has occurred, say to yourself, I could be wrong. It must be necessary. What else is true? Take a deep breath. Let it go and repeat.